And one day, that confusion turned to rage. I'll never forget it. And my dad lives in a nice white colonial house, kind of in the suburbs. And I just ran through the house and I destroyed a lot of things. Everything to me that represented what I never had, what my mom didn't have, and what millions of poor kids didn't have, it didn't seem right to me. And the microwave, bam, all the silver in the drawer, bam. I just trashed the place. Now, I was a good kid, so that was pretty crazy of me. But it was an incredibly emotional moment. And that sense of rage in me about the injustice of the haves and the have-not stays with me to this day. And really has driven me, not only the contrast between those two incredibly different lives that I've experienced just as a kid, but really made me look around the whole world and say, why do some have and some have not? That quest to have there be more justice so that there isn't that divide continues to drive me today. And one thing that I have learned over many years of whining, of being confused about my purpose, being confused about where I belong, being confused about, do I have the right to believe I can be successful when my mom still to this day lives in public housing? Do I have the right to have success and happiness and own a home and have a family? Do I have a right to believe in justice and opportunity for all people? Do I have the right to those things? Spent many years being confused. But one thing I'm very clear about now, obviously, I have that right and you have that right. But more important than that, we have that right, we have the obligation. And has anyone heard the phrase, we are the ones we've been waiting for? It's really true. It's really true. And I'm here, it's 2008. And I'm seeing you all here, beautiful, beautiful young people. And we all know that as fabulous as Summer Search is, I would bet my life that everyone in this room wants to see a society that it's not so hard to get to college, right? That every child, no matter how poor, no matter what neighborhood, no matter what race, no matter where you're born, no matter whether you're an immigrant or not, that you get a quality education. You get to go to college. You get to have an opportunity to have a decent life. That shouldn't be luck. That shouldn't be because you got the opportunity to be in Summer Search, because you got the chance to meet Linda and Jay and all the other fabulous staff here. It should be a right of all young people in this country. But it's 2008, and I'm remembering that in 1956, in the Montgomery bus boycott, we hear about Rosa Parks, but we don't hear that it was 50,000 black people, mostly black women, who walked on feet, in shoes that were tearing and torn. They walked for a year in that bus boycott, in the rain, in inclement weather, for a year, because they wanted to establish that they had the right to sit wherever they wanted on a bus. It seems pretty basic now, doesn't it? But people had to walk, 50,000 black people walked for 1 year for that right. Now I'm saying, if they can do that in 1956, in 2008, all 257 of you here, and all the rest of the Summer Search folks who are not here, that you together, with me, with the parents and the young people at Coleman Advocates and our friends and colleagues all over this country, we can be the ones we are waiting for. We can be the ones to say, we will build an education system in this country where every young person gets a decent education. We will turn around this country. We will build a nation that actually, where there is no poverty for young people. We will do that. We have to make the decision to do that. It's not that one day some other person is going to come along and give us that opportunity. We here are the ones who will need to decide to make that happen. We here, we could decide to do that. We could. We could sit, we could develop the strategy and make it happen. Do you believe me? You know, I tell my staff all the time that our only limitations really is our vision. It's corny, but it's really true. And I want you, you know, when you're in your jobs, if you're still in school and you're wondering what to do, where your path is, I want you to be bold enough to know that you can decide to lead this nation. You can make that decision. And you can join forces with the rest of the Summer Search alum, with all the young people across the country and the people who support them to make it happen. We can build that movement. We can. We will. Will we? Yes. Excellent. We will. And I'm saying that it's 2008, and in 2020, I have this weird thing in my head about 2020. In 2020, I'm going to come back. I'm going to talk to Summer Search, and we're going to do an evaluation of where we've been. Because I do believe it's possible in this nation, in this century, in our lifetime, to build a true nation of hope, justice, and opportunity for all our people. Thank you.